Would you drop out of college for me right now?
Yes.
What's up guys, it's Asian Mr. Beast here, aka Mr. Cheap, and we're here at one of the top universities in America giving students money to drop out of college.
How much would I have to pay you for you to drop out of college?
I can't go to school back again.
No.
Like in all traditional senses of school?
Like you can go like take art classes and stuff.
Are you saying the arts are
Arts
real
aren't a real
degrees?
degree?
Hey!
What, you mean like grad school?
No.
Okay. How do you get into grad school if you haven't been to normal school?
I don't see myself ever dropping out, but you're asking me at a rough week because of midterms.
Immediately I want to say like nothing, but also
No amount of money.
Well, that does it. We got 3 kids to drop out for a grand total of $0.
Make sure you guys smash that like button. Drop that subscribe button.
You see that? No, that's from the last video. No, what? Are you a perv? I'm talking about that. That tattoo is the reason you haven't dropped out of college yet. It's also the reason you haven't left your toxic girlfriend, the reason you haven't quit your pathetic job, but I'll explain that in a bit. What are you doing? This is... Alright, so it's the first week of classes here at UCSD and everyone's still here, no one's dropped out. Why? Is it because they care about school? Wrong, it's because of this little idiot. In fact, I'm so confident I know exactly why you haven't dropped out of school that the way I'm gonna prove it is by getting someone to actually agree to drop out of school. First thing we gotta do is figure out just how unwilling these people are to drop out of school.
How much do I have to pay you right now to drop out of school?
I'll go with 3.
3? 3 of what? 3 of these no?
$1 million.
25 million?
I think I would need enough money to make up for any sort of money I would lack because I didn't have a degree. If I wanted to be a doctor, I would have to pay whatever salary that would. 20 million?
I don't really think it's about the money. It's a good experience. I don't think I'm trading that for money. Maybe I would though if I just never had to work again. And then if I had extra money, I could just give it to people.
Is the part where you give me the money?
That depends on what you're gonna use my money for.
Put all the NFTs.
I'm moving to Hawaii, buying a little tiny shack.
I'd be selfish and buy a couple guitars.
She take my money when I'm in need.
Definitely put some of that money into structural reform.
Alright, so pretty useless stuff. The thing is, you don't need loads of money to buy any of these things. So let's change up the question a little bit. Let's say I have no money. You really don't. What would you be doing if you weren't in college right now?
Honestly, probably working on my family's ranch.
I would be babysitting.
Probably be home taking care of my nephew.
Do you like your nephew?
I think they took me a little too literally. I was thinking more along the lines of if you could do anything in the world, what would you be doing?
I'd open a coffee shop.
What would you name it? What about I like you a latte?
That's cute. That's so bad.
Modeling. Playing volleyball. I'd be surfing. I'll be doing movies.
Traveling.
Where?
Anywhere. I've thought about this every single day. Every morning I wake up, I'm like, oh, I could be doing something else and being in college.
I had it like already planned out, which is kind of funny. I would have been working at a cooking school in Italy.
Do you want to be a chef or?
No, I want to be a marine biologist.
See, now this is a little more realistic. We all have dreams that we want to chase, but for some reason we're not going after them 100%. What is that reason? This is that reason. But what is this?
Some butt cheeks.
I think that's a B.
Autoclave. Wait, can I think of my answer?
This is a beta, which stands for region beta paradox. And if you don't know what that means, you're an idiot because it's literally written right there. Yo, you do realize there's nothing there. Are you stupid? It's literally right. You see this? This is a graph that will explain the region beta paradox. On the y-axis, you got time. And on my x-axis, you got distance. Now let's say you got 2 ways of getting to school, walking and driving. At any given time, driving is gonna take you faster and farther than walking. But, here's a big but. For the first mile, you're always gonna choose to walk because you don't wanna go through the hassle of finding your keys, getting in your car, opening your garage, and driving off. Now let's call this first region Region Alpha. But there's a big problem with this line of action. Let's say on average it takes you an hour to walk a mile because, I don't know, you're too busy talking to every girl you meet.
I'm Sam, by the way.
Oh, I'm Sam too. Sorry, my hands are wet.
What was your name?
Sam.
Sam?
Yeah.
That's a
perfect.
beautiful name.
I know, I love your name too.
But I think it'd be cooler if I could call you mine.
In that same hour, if you drove a car that drove on average 1,000 miles per hour, you could have driven 1,000 miles. You know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you. Now on the graph, this is that extra distance you could have driven in an hour. Let's call that region beta. Wait, where have I heard that before?
What is that?
It looks like a beta sign.
No, that's you.
The region beta paradox.
You know you don't have to green screen anymore, right?
Oh. Okay. The thing is, the region beta paradox isn't just about deciding between walking and driving. It's a psychological theory that if something is always better, but we wait until a specific threshold or a significant moment in our lives to make that choice, then we'll miss out on everything region beta had to offer. For example, if something catastrophic happens like losing a loved one, you might go to therapy and that might help you significantly. But if you just deal with everyday stress and feel bad about your life but not terrible and wait until things become too much to handle to go to therapy, by then things would already be messier and you would have already wasted months of your life feeling bleh when you could have just went to therapy to begin with. That's the paradox. And this paradox explains why people deal with bad bosses but not terrible ones, or why people go to the doctor for broken bones but not for potentially life-threatening paper cuts. And it also explains why you haven't dropped out of college yet. My theory is that you didn't start college wanting to drop out. But as you go through the years, the classes just don't seem applicable. What are you talking about? The freshness of being around people your age draws to a close, and you end up wondering what life could have been if you never went to college. But you haven't reached your threshold of intolerance, and that's why you're still here. Are you questioning your decisions yet? Good. That's what you should be doing. One of the scariest parts of the region beta paradox is that it lulls you to sleep. Night night. Because it's a progression of slightly bad things instead of one singular evil, you don't even realize you're living in the paradox most of the time. It becomes normalized into your life. That's why when you ask college students why they're not living their dreams,
What's keeping you from doing that right now?
they say stuff like,
College. Because of school.
Why don't you just leave?
Because I'm like getting education.
Do you need education to model though?
I'm on my way to grade school.
now let's be clear, I'm not trying to get you to drop out. One of the key assumptions of the region beta paradox is that one choice is always going to be better than the other. So if you're sitting there and you can see a situation where college works out for you, you probably shouldn't drop out. But if you're sitting there and you can't see that situation, maybe do some thinking. Alright, that's it. Anyways, make sure you like and subscribe. Dude, you haven't proven anything. You said you'd get someone to agree to drop out. Oh yeah, well, you don't need to know anything about the region beta paradox to do that. All you have to do is say,
All I needed you to do is say yes to my next question. That's it.
Okay.
Would you drop out of college for me right now?
Yes.
That's funny. That's good. That's good.
Appreciate it. That's
Is
actually
that
cool.
what you're doing for all of your
100 pickup lines in
Oh my
a day, hopefully.